Well, how do you do, folks? It's me, Booger Boy Meister, here again with another video. Sorry it's been a while. I've been pretty busy lately. I'm trying to, get some videos up there and do the Instagram and, everything else in between. I need to clone myself. But, I did want to talk about 28 Years Later, because I know a lot of people have been talking about this movie, and some people have been calling it 28 Inches Later, and we'll get on to that in a minute there. But, wow. This movie was so disappointing. I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm not going to BS you. This was a really bad movie. I mean, this was terrible. And I love the original 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. I thought they were both very good. And I'm going to show you, some of my collection here. Here's one of the cool, Blu-rays where it had, that little Halloween cover. I mean, there's nothing really special about it. They just put that little, it's like a little postcard over it. And, you got the original cover there, and these are actually very expensive now on Blu-ray. I don't know why, but I think 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later are both out of print, and there's not a whole lot to the disc art there, but these movies are going for insane prices, especially this double feature here with 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. And this has actually got both of them on the Blu-rays there, and of course I got the original DVD there from years and years ago, and honestly I prefer the DVD look because it has that kind of dirty look to it. The Blu-ray is a little clearer, but you can tell it's like not super HD. I did hear there's going to be a 4K of 28 Days Later. There's the DVD of 28 Weeks Later. Lots of extras on both of these. And, the first two movies, I really enjoyed them. Very good. Especially, the second one. I think I really enjoyed that one a little more than the first one. Because I saw it in theaters, and I had a real good experience. And, the beginning of the movie, the zombies, or not really, they're not really zombies, actually. They're kind of infected people. But it all happened, from a monkey. And, the monkey infected everybody. And it went on from there. But I really like 28 Weeks Later. I know some people don't like that one, but I like that one. I thought it was really good. And the part at the beginning where the guy is running and all the infected people are chasing him, I was like, man, that was epic right there. That was damn good. And you got this trailer for, 28 years later. We've waited for years and years for this movie. And who's popping up during my video, ruining my video? Oh, crap, something popped up on here. I hate it when it does this. I've told it over and over to leave me alone. It pops up and annoying. Anyway, what was I trying to say? We've waited years for 28 Years Later, and we finally got it. And this, trailer looks so epic. I mean, it's like, it had me hyped, and I was like, man, this actually looks pretty damn good. You got the director back, from the original movie, Danny Boyle. And I'm like, man, this is going to be good. This has got me, excited. Me and my friend went and saw it in theaters. I'm like, what the hell was this shit? What the? I'm going to say the word. What the? Man, I never walked out of a theater so disappointed in my life. It's like, what the hell did I just watch? It's like, it was so bad. This movie just completely dragged. I mean, damn. Yeah, it was shot well and everything, but it just dragged to hell. By the way, some spoilers in here, too. So now the infected, they run around naked and look like Neanderthal men. And some of them are pretty big and got a big you-know-what, flapping around, if you know what I mean. And they look like Aboriginal, guys. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? This movie was just so bad. 28 years later, I mean, what the hell were they thinking? And it just dragged and, there was hardly any infected people in the movie. But this is what killed me for this movie. This is what killed me. The story. It sucked. And it went nowhere. This kid is trying to find out what the hell's wrong with his mom. And more spoilers here. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't continue from this. Unless you want spoilers. But, the kid's trying to figure out what's wrong with his mom. Honestly, when I saw it, I thought the mother was infected. And that's why, they had the meat and all that near the bed and all that. She was staying in the bed. But she was sick because she was, dying from cancer. So they go meet the guy who lives out in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of damn skulls to the damn sky, which makes no damn sense, by the way. That he's got all these skulls out there, and it's, the doctor, Ralph, what's his name, Fiennes or whatever. Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. He's out there and he's got iodine all over him, looking like he's been in the mud, and he just lives out there, and all the, the infected are running around and all that. He blends in with them. So he goes with his mother, who's sick and dying, but he doesn't know it till he sees the doctor. The doctor's like, "Oh yeah, your mother's dying from cancer." And, then the doctor kills his mother, and then he gives the skull to the kid to put up on the pile. I'm like, what the hell? You trust this guy? You don't even know this guy. He killed your mother, who still had some life in her, by the way. Just because you have cancer doesn't mean you're going to die tomorrow. Yeah, it's very aggressive, but it doesn't mean you're going to die that minute. But, I was like, what the hell? Your mother just got killed by this guy, and you're going to go take her skull and put it up on the pile? I mean, what the hell? Danny Boyle, if you see this video, what the were you thinking? Man. The story was just so terrible. The script, I was like, what the hell? And the infected, can now have babies. And the scene where the mother was helping the infected lady have the baby, I was like holding her hand. I'm like, what the hell is this? She's infected. She should be trying to kill her. And she has the baby, right? And then 2 seconds later, she's like, it's like, what the hell? What the hell is this movie? It was so bad, but it gets even worse. It gets even worse. And the kid, he's not, he's using bow and arrows to fight all these infected, right? And the first time he goes out there with his daddy, he's not doing so hot. The dad's doing all the work. But the kid later, goes with his mom and all that and finds the doctor. Then later on in the movie, he's damn Rambo. He's living out there by himself, fighting all the infected. And then the ending, we have the kid from the beginning of the movie, Jimmy, who's now looks like, some kind of gang leader or something. And you got these gang members of his jumping around like Power Rangers, flipping off the rocks, doing front flips, back flips, cartwheels, and all this shit, and fighting all the infected and taking them out like, they're superheroes. That was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. The stupidest shit. This movie was just garbage. I'm telling you. Just talking about this movie is making me mad. And all these review sites are raving on about this movie, saying how good it was. Man, you must have been paid off. Because 28 years later was garbage. I'm telling you, this is the worst movie of the year for me. The worst horror movie of the year. It was so bad. Everyone's saying, oh, it's going to get so much better with the sequel. I don't even care about the sequel. You got the lady that directed the Candyman reboot sequel, also called Candyman. I hate it when they do that. You're going to make a sequel to Candyman, ignore all the other ones, but you're going to call it Candyman? That's dumb. That's dumb. But, I did not like the new Candyman movie, so my hopes for her directing the movie are honestly pretty low. Maybe she'll do a good job. I'm going to try to be a little positive here. But the fact that she's directing, I don't really care. But they say Cillian Murphy is going to return as the character from the original in the next part of the movie. And then if this next one, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, does better, we'll get a third movie. But honestly, I don't even give a shit. I don't even care to see the second movie. It was so disappointing. I'm telling you, that is the worst movie of the year for me so far. It was just awful. It was really, really bad. And I walked out of that theater so disappointed. I even told the guy that was cleaning the theater, I was like, man, that was complete shit. That was trash. Just like that trash can you're pushing right there, this movie was trash. He's like, oh, really? It was really bad? Even my friend, we both were looking forward to this movie. We walked out of that theater, we were like, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? I was so disappointed. I was just like, I was crushed. And I was like, the trailers tricked us. They really did. The trailer looked so good. And then when you watched it, I was like, what the hell? Very, very misleading. Very, very, very misleading. So yeah, 28 years later, it sucked, honestly. I would not recommend it. Honestly, watch it for free when it's free on TV. Or, I don't want to say this, but, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. Bootleg it. Honestly. Don't waste your money. It was so bad. And I was excited. I really was. I was excited for this movie. But boy, what a letdown. What a complete letdown. Absolutely the worst sequel I have seen in a horror series in a long time. And I'm dead serious here. I'm not bullshitting you folks. That was really bad. That was really bad. But, I'm going to try to be a little positive here. I hope 28 years later, the Bone Temple will be better. But I'm not going to be like, oh my god, you guys, oh my god, 28 years later, the Bone Temple, oh my god. I'm not going to be like that, no, sorry. I'll watch it when it comes out, when it's free. I am not paying to see that shit in theaters. Well, that's all I got to say. 28 years later sucked. A big 28 inches later is what they should call it. I think there's a lot of, nudity in that movie, too. It was, naked Neanderthal-looking guys running around. They're all over the place. What's up with that? But, I will recommend the original movies if you can find them on Blu-ray. Or, get the DVD. Doesn't matter. They look a little better on Blu-ray, but, as long as you can enjoy them. But, that's all I got to say. I'll see you 28 days later, I guess. Bye-bye. That movie was so bad, man. I still cannot get over how terrible that was. Well, see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a boogerific day, and let me know what you think about 28 years later down below. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.